Hello?
Hey everybody, welcome back to the greatest podcast in the galaxy, The View from Filsinger headquarters. I'm Wiggy. We have a full crowd with us tonight on the very first, potentially last, depending on how this goes, live video edition of The View. A very special International Tabletop Gaming Day edition. So joining us tonight, of course, we have Tom Filsinger, the reigning
Hi,
ruler of the galaxy. Hi, Tom.
hi there. Hi, good to be here.
We have, again, not so sure how beloved he is anymore, third Mike Todd Jorshell.
All right, I think we're finally through the technical difficulties. I think we're finally ready to go with this, so please.
This is going to how well the rest of this goes is going to determine how beloved Todd is. And we also have a couple fans with us, which is really cool. People who are very involved in all of the Filsinger tabletop stuff that we had going on today, all over America, which was incredibly cool. We have, I probably should have asked where they're from before we started this, Brock and Grant.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
I'm from
Yes,
Brock's house. That's where I'm from.
okay, coming live from Brock's house and Grant's house, it's Brock and Grant.
And here's Grant.
Yeah, so this is off to this is just going swimmingly so far. Okay, as we said, today was International Tabletop Gaming Day. Filsinger Games plays on tabletops. Obviously, this was a huge day for all of us. Well, except me because I had to work, which is why I'm the host. But all of you were very involved in different parts of America participating in this. So, Todd, why don't you tell us first what you were doing, where you were doing it, and how your day went?
So, yeah, I was up in New Haven, Connecticut, not too far away from where I live, and part of the Connecticut Festival of Independent Gaming. So it was actually a lot of different gaming going on. Everybody there was taking advantage of the whole tabletop game day. Filsinger Games was just one of many different games that were on display, and went through and did a number of different demos with people. Got some new fans, so lots of wrestling fans came in, and actually one fan who was a subscriber back in the 80s who had no idea that everything was still going on, so was very excited
Wow.
that we were still putting the game out, and got the original 2087 set, and was absolutely thrilled. And they have a podcast as well, so I think we might be branching out to them pretty soon as well. So it's very cool. They got to meet a lot of great people and show off our games. So it was a lot of fun.
That's amazing. My God. Somebody who was like a fan like 29 years ago. It's like, oh, hey, guess what? Yeah, we're still here.
Yeah,
Boy,
yeah,
he's got
he
all.
mentioned, he was like, yo, yeah, I used to play a game like this, and then he started describing it. I'm like, oh, is it this game? And he's like, yeah, it was. So he was absolutely bored.
It's not like this. That is this. Man, there's going to be a big order coming in. He's got a lot of catching up to do. Okay, so Tom, you were at a comic store in Flagstaff, Arizona. So how was your day?
It was fantastic. You know, there's a group of people that have become fans since a convention I did about a month ago, a comic convention. And they showed up, and new people were there. The store was very crowded, and it was just a great time, and I'll give you my tournament results whenever we get a chance.
I don't know. I was gonna say I hope you came out on top, but then I'm thinking, you know what? Maybe the owner and inventor of the game might have had a little bit of an unfair advantage.
Yeah, I don't like to win. I really don't. I like it when other people have the fun of winning. But I still compete, and we had some very interesting matches. Are we doing that part now, or do you want to wait?
Yeah, sure, let's do it now.
All right. So this was a Cab Comics. The place is called Cab Comics. The Tabletop Tournament 2016. in the first round, Macho Man Randy Savage used his flying elbow drop to defeat Delirious. You know, by the way, the people picked, you know, the characters just on who they liked to look at, or the cards. So these were choices of the players. Then Paganax defeats Probation with Pagan Void. Catfight, who's an unbelievable favorite of a player named Sam. I mean, he's been undefeated with Catfight coming into this tournament, playing with his friends. Catfight wins by DQ over Turmoil. Then Wolf uses End of the Hunt to defeat Eidolon. And that was the end of the first round. In the second round, Wolf used the Savage Face Claw to defeat Paganax. Catfight used Feline Fury to upend the Macho Man Randy Savage. Now that was a controversial one, and we had fun. These were guys who played Champions of the Galaxy almost like an imaginative place where they, like Dungeons and Dragons, where they kind of make a lot of things up as they go along. So Catfight had lost by DQ, and the commissioner came out and said, this is a tournament, it cannot end in DQ. So the match continued, and Fight came back to beat Randy Savage in that match. And then in the finals, Wolf versus Catfight. To the delight of these fans and their base, Catfight won in a cage match. It was an exciting match, too. Had a good ending. Wolf missed a death jump, and then she left the cage.
Oh, wow. Well, okay, there you go. There's the results from our first tournament that we had.
Can I say
Grant,
one more thing? One more thing. I just want to say, this group that plays and other people got involved, but the core group is led by the Chief, and there's a picture of the Chief with me online already. He goes by the Chief. He doesn't go by any other name. Sam, Chris, and Mariano. I had to say that because they're going to be listening to this and watching this. Great
well,
people.
hello to all of them.
Yeah.
Okay, so Grant, I know you were very busy. You guys had some really exciting stuff going on out in California.
We did. We had the event took place at Emerald Comics, which is in Burbank, and we had a great time. Several wrestlers from Championship Wrestling from Hollywood who also have cards in the game. The Hobo, who Tom has met before, actually, and Jervis Cottonbelly, who is in a Chikara set. They came out and played. They were there at 11 right when the place opened and stayed till probably about 2:30. And they were playing games. And and also, of course, how could I forget? Loud and Noxious from Chikara and Kaiju Big Battle was there as well. And it was great having him there because you talk about an expert in the game. He is an expert in the game. And so we spent a lot of time. Oh, and sorry, Dave Marquez, also the owner of Championship Wrestling, also came by for a little bit. But we spent a lot of time just talking. We were talking about the game. We were talking to the fans, people who came out, and we really only ran 2 tournaments the entire time. But the way we run the tournaments is we do them where it's round robin, so it's not single elimination. Just because we feel that you get a lot more time to play instead of getting knocked out of the tournament early. So the first tournament we did was the 80s Mania Wrestling set, where we had all the cards were available. And I will say, doing absolute worst, going 0-5, was Tennis Pro. He just was horrible. He got beat by everybody. And then
did he scream at the umpire over it?
No, he was very subdued. Let's see, who was Jervis Cottonbelly was Tennis Pro. So Jervis did not scream at anybody. He's not going to scream.
Perfect. That's perfect.
He was very polite. And I have some video footage I'll send somehow too, because Jervis was just hilarious the whole time. But the winner of the tournament was Jervis Cottonbelly's tag team partner, the Hobo, with Dark Invader, and he went 4-1. So he won the 80s Mania Wrestling tournament. And then we did a Championship Wrestling from Hollywood round robin tournament, and what was really cool about that was this guy showed up. We had never seen him before, met him, but he is a longtime Filsinger Games player. He's been playing since 1993, and he was like, I've never played with people before. This is so great. This is so awesome. And he wound up winning the championship Wrestling from Hollywood round robin with Sean Ricker, and he got 5 straight wins. So that is Sam. Congratulations to Sam. And a great time was had by all.
That's amazing. Like, that's the exact kind of story that we want to come out of A Day from Today. You know, where people who never met, and in a case of that has only ever played online, has an opportunity to get out, meet other players, and play live for the first time. That's fantastic.
Yeah, we're hoping that Sam will come back because we're going to do another event in August, and so we're hoping that Sam will come back there because it's fun to have somebody who knows how to play the game as opposed to teaching a bunch of folks. But we're happy to teach folks too. And I should also mention that Tyler, this kid Tyler came. It was his first day. He went 4-1, losing to Sean Ricker, and it was his first time ever playing the game. He was a match away from winning, so it was a lot of fun.
Well, Sam, I know you're watching, so you have to be there in August because as defending champion, I mean, you have to defend. You have to be a fighting champion. You need honor. Respect
Exactly.
the title, Sam. Respect the title. Okay, so Brock, what were you up to today, presumably not in Brock's house?
Well, I did leave the house today, and we had an event in Pittsburgh, outside of Pittsburgh in the suburbs. New Dimension Comics
down.
and Cranberry.
Yeah,
I know.
that's a good point.
Let me turn this up. Let me see.
Oh, there we go.
Now you're right.
Screen.
There you go.
All right,
I thought
here
you
we
were
go.
just showing off.
I was. No.
Not
We
cool,
did it.
man.
We did a single elimination tournament, the first annual Gary Atkinson Memorial Tournament. We had 16 people come out, so it was pretty packed house.
Nice.
There's other events going on at
Perfect for a
the comic book
tournament.
store we were in. Oh yeah, perfect. And we had Jim Steele turn out. He came all the way from Philadelphia to Pittsburgh, so he
Wow.
drove about 7 hours to come to the event today, which is pretty awesome.
Wow.
And I have the results here. In the final match, Sam Luptag Jr. as Thantos defeats Kevin Weibel as Frank Gotch in a steel cage match to win the first ever Gary Atkinson Memorial Tournament.
Ooh,
That's a very appropriate
nice.
there.
Yes.
Definitely. So we had some new players. It was a good time. Everyone had a blast. We had the biggest turnout of gaming events held at that store today. So we beat out Pokemon, Hero Clicks, Magic the Gathering. It was pretty awesome.
Wow.
Oh, yes. That's ground zero for the revolution.
That's right.
Yeah, talk about overthrowing the kings there. Wow.
So we're right there in the mix.
Well, it
That's
sounds like
fantastic. Hopefully one day Filsinger game cards will be sold right alongside Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon and Magic. That'd be amazing.
That'd be great.
So as I said, I had to work, so I didn't get to participate in any tournaments. I basically came home and hopped right on Twitter to see what was going on. But there was some fantastic stuff. I tried to retweet as much as I could. There were so many results coming in from all over. People were having all kinds of tournaments. It looked like everybody was just having an absolute blast today, which was the goal. I mean, this is like the most appropriate day. It might as well have been National Fun Day. So it was very cool. I wish I had been able to get out and play. That would have been a nice afternoon. But somebody had to hold down the fort while everybody was out partying and having fun.
That's right. and one thing I will say also that was pretty neat is throughout all the different cons that were going on, there were some different giveaway cards. And actually, for some of the people who played online, we had a couple tournaments on COTG Online. And those winners are going to get copies of the cards that I have here. I'm going to actually show some of these, some really, really cool ones. So Brock had some awesome cards made up as part of the con out in Pittsburgh. We have, let's see here, if everyone can see, we have Ginger Rogers, great one right here. And then also, I think one of the favorites there, I saw a bunch of this one of Buck Blake, who
Can you
kind
guys
of
hear me?
a little bit of Duck Dynasty aspect of it. I love it.
I hear you, Tom. Todd's just mad with power and won't stop talking.
Oh yeah, I know.
Can,
Go
We
ahead,
also
can
have
I
out
ask?
in Omaha.
Todd!
Hey,
Todd!
Tom, I'm talking.
Yeah, but it relates to what you were talking about.
Nope.
Those two cards.
Yeah, so those two cards, yeah.
But Ginger and Buck were huge hits in Flagstaff. Huge.
All right.
You know, somebody
Great.
played Ginger versus Probation, and Probation barely won by DQ. And they were pulling for Ginger, and they loved that Buck guy. They were acting out the character.
That's hilarious.
Two people tweeted us saying that they found Buck with pictures of people who entered who with I have to say both of them were extremely the resemblance was uncanny for both of them.
Amazing.
They were retweeted, so you guys can go check and see what the live action Buck looks like.
Oh, good.
And by the way, live action Buck, if you're watching, please don't sue us.
Well, I'm gonna show up the last two cards as well. Out in Omaha, Thomas Keene held the OMG Con, and one of those giveaways also was Armor, who is an armadillo Animan, which I think is the first ever armadillo Animan there. So we have a couple copies of that. They're gonna go out. And then Assure, who is a member of the Thracian race from POW. So this was a cool giveaway that I had out in Connecticut as well. So people who bought stuff, everybody kind of got one of these there, and we had this as a giveaway. So it was definitely cool. Although I think some of the coolest ones are definitely out in California with that Grant had from the Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. Do you have any copies of those lying around still, Grant?
I just happen to have some right here. Why, thank you. Yeah, we just did
Just
6.
carry them around just in case.
I do. We have Brian Myers, if you can see that there. We have Caesar B. Black, who is a devious manager. These two guys, I absolutely love these two guys. They're called the Classic Connection, and their gimmick is that they're an 80s heel tag team. And they just play the gimmick perfectly. They're like, they even have a move that is a tribute to the Midnight Express. And then these two guys are a very exciting tag team, Los Primos Rivera, and they're two just young. Danny Rivera was came in second for Rookie of the Year in Southern California, and this was another very cool thing. Loud and Noxious brought a copy of his new comic book that he hand drew himself, and I cannot wait to read it. I'm very excited. And just to go back to the cards really quick, if you want a copy of these, just give me a PM on the message board because I have a stack of them left, and we'll send them out to you and get them out to anybody who wants them. So.
And actually, I believe I saw tweeted to us a link where people could download them.
Yes.
As PDF files to be able to use.
They are downloadable
So,
as PDF and as cards. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh yeah, no, we think that's fantastic. Thank you so much for putting that up. We will make sure that we put that up on through all of the social media, be on Twitter, be on Facebook. So if anybody wants some cards, I mean, for the championship the championship wrestling from Hollywood set is fantastic, and to have these cards it'll be a great treat for all of our listeners, all of our viewers, all of our fans. And I actually have a little story about the Omaha con, the OMG con this afternoon. Obviously, I wasn't there myself, but a very good friend of mine who I just introduced to the game maybe 2 weeks ago. I'd shown her the cards before. She thought they were pretty cool. She likes CZW cards. I don't know why we're friends at all. And I told her about this. I said it was happening in Omaha, not too far from where she lives. And she got there a little late, but she went. She checked it out. It was her first time playing live. She got to meet Thomas Keene and a bunch of the guys there. They gave her a CCW match to play. Her and her friend got to play Danny Havoc. You can again see why her and I are friends. Versus DJ Hyde. They had an absolute blast. They gave them some cards to take home, and she is absolutely a new fan. New fan, new player, and because I know she's watching this, Aspen, holy crap, it's been a really long day. So yeah, this is awesome. This is very, very cool. That so much stuff. I mean, was happening. Like, I mean, we've got like Pittsburgh, California, Connecticut, Arizona, and not to mention all of the stuff that was going on online. And this was an incredible day. It really was for the company, for gaming, and I can't wait to be able to actually participate in some of this stuff next year.
Yes.
I'm booking the day off already. Yeah. Well, it'll be Sunday next year, so I won't be working. This is perfect.
Yeah.
I think maybe we'll figure out all the tech issues by that point too. So maybe it'll be a lot more next time on that.
Maybe
they'll change it all by then.
So we've had a couple different questions come in. That fans have been submitting some questions. Let's see. I mean, I can ask a couple of them. And Tom, if you are at all interested in answering any here, I think this one here comes in from Bry. He's asking, is there any thought of any plans of doing different adaptations of the game system, such as boxing or celebrity deathmatch or anything like that?
That's come up before, and I guess the answer is not really. We were looking at UFC for a little while, and then we never really pursued that. So my answer to that at this time is no plans.
Okay. Anything I know before we had the superhero game that you had put together as well.
I was thinking about that on my ride back from Flagstaff too. Yeah. And that's another one that just simply got put on the back burners, that's all. I think I would have liked to have done that. But it's just other things took precedent over that.
Yeah, yeah.
And just to jump in for a second, if anybody watching does have any questions, I'm watching the Twitter. So tweet us at Filsinger Games with any questions or comments that you guys have. Tell us about your days. We will give you guys shout-outs. Let us know what you did. And if you won any tournaments. If you got your butt kicked, we will give you sympathy. Just a little.
Yeah.
But tweet us. We want to hear.
Let's see. I got another question here. This is from Jason Giaconetti, and he's asking about, is there any plans for any Lucha Underground guys coming in? Obviously, we have a couple guys here in Lucha Underground, just based on their affiliation with Evolve and whatnot. Right now, there is nothing in the works for Lucha Underground, but given how much I enjoy the product, and I know a lot of other fans are, it's definitely something considered. It's just, will it work out? We don't really know at this point. And then let's see here. We also have Troy is asking about another Chikara set. And, yeah, I think there's definitely plans to do something with that. Don't have an actual date at this point. We do have something in mind. At one point later this year, hopefully everything works out. There's definitely, I think there's definitely room for a Princess Kimberly card sometime in the future there, as well as I don't know, maybe hopefully a Snowflake card too. We'll see. I think he's in big need of one too, but we'll see what works out. Definitely want to continue stuff with Chikara. We definitely want to continue stuff with Ring of Honor as well. We're hopefully looking to have something out with that soon. CZW, I think we might do something with them too. Wait, you want a new CZW set? I'm not really sure if you would like to.
Well, I mean, I'm not crazy about them or anything, but
I don't know what made me think that.
A new CZW set might be nice.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I think we'll maybe work on that. We do have also, obviously, coming up the Atlanta Wrestling Entertainment set and the Tier 1 set that we announced last week. So that's going to be coming up in June. So that's something a little different. So you have promotions out of New York and Atlanta. I think we have some other things that we'll be doing soon after that. We'll have some cool Promoter Prime cards coming up, some things that you maybe are not expecting at all. Will be coming up at Promoter Prime pretty soon, so some cool stuff there. And then obviously, make sure you definitely get that PDF of the Championship Wrestling from Hollywood cards. They're really neat, so definitely get that and bring those into your feds as well. We do have one other question here, and I think this one, Tom, you might want to answer here. And this is Jay Bowerman who is asking about news on some new cards from Chuck Carter that you kind of dropped before, and I think I know Kevin Weibel was also asking a lot of things online before too. Tom, do you have anything you want to share about about this project?
Yeah. In fact, I was saying that I would talk about something today that was an announcement, and this is it. To celebrate the 30th anniversary, we're going to release a special of Champions of the Galaxy, a special 30th anniversary pack, 6 cards, apart from 2132. Just an anniversary pack. There will be 4 cards by Darryl Banks and 2 by Chuck Carter. Uh, Really excited about working with Chuck on this, and he is also. These are going to be black and white, and these are going to have those. They're going to look just like they would have looked in 1986. That's the goal. The 2 cards that didn't make the original set is the idea here. So we're going
Cool.
back to that time period in our thought process. So we'll have 2 cards in that, and then Darryl will be doing 4 remakes of the original characters based on my original concept for those characters, not how they wound up. So I think people
Wow.
will find that to be very interesting.
Very cool.
Sure
No,
sounds
that's it. And it's great to have Chuck back too. Naturally, I think it's so you'll get 2 black and white cards, 4 color, and I think it's going to be a very nice celebration of 30 years. I hope.
I just got a question on Twitter. Mark Ferguson asks, are there any more Inspire wrestlers coming to the game?
I mean, we definitely liked working with Inspire Pro last year. I know we've been trying to branch out as far as the different promotions that we work with. I would, right now there's not a full set planned. That's definitely not to say that we won't be looking at other opportunities to get them, whether it's a set or something in Promoter Prime, something like that. Yeah, so I mean, we're definitely looking at working with a lot of people we've worked with in the past, and then other new promotions as well. There's just so many guys out there that we love to get in the game, and different promotions we'd love to work with, and expect new different promotions all the time. And as I said, right now there's no plans, but that's not to say that we won't be bringing Inspire Pro wrestlers in some way into the game in the near future.
Yeah, we get hit up by so many promotions asking for sets. I mean, we could pretty much have ourselves booked for yearly releases through 2020.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And we just got another tweet. Pete Beck is extremely pleased with the 30th anniversary release, and he's very excited for that. And I'm sure he's not the only one.
Well, tell him I got one bit of bad news. There's not a remake of Death Knight. There's no more Death Knight.
If a sad tweet comes in, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
I'm going to say one thing about that 30th anniversary set. Last December that we said with the Legends release that came out that we were retiring the black and white cards after that release. But just like every single wrestling retirement, it all goes away. It's only 6 months later on. So you just got to remember that.
Or like a superhero death too, right?
Exactly. No, superheroes never die. Black and white never completely goes away.
Right.
So, Brock or Grant, do you guys have any questions for Tom? Anything you think people are looking to find out?
Okay, sorry. Pete is all caps booing us now. And Mark Ferguson is also I believe we've driven him to tears. With the news of a no Death Knight. So, on a day that is a celebration of fun, we have to balance that out by making our longtime fans sob in despair. You're welcome, guys.
Death Knight,
sorry, please go on.
It's great to hear from Pete and all those guys, though. I love it.
I was going to ask if Grant or Brock have any other questions that they'd like to ask Tom, or anything you think people want to know.
Well, I would just ask, I noticed, Tom, on Twitter you mentioned that the next Champions of the Galaxy set was looking like an August release. Is that still the what the schedule is going? You think I know it could be flexible, but are you still looking at an August release for that?
I think that's probable. I don't like to. For the last several years, I've had more time to write, and I've really put so much into Black Death and Future Shock. Now that I've moved to Arizona, some new responsibilities have come my way that were not necessarily planned but are welcome, and that's at Northern Arizona University, and I've enjoyed that. I don't want to rush a set to July just because of time deadlines. I want to produce the best set I can produce, so I'm saying August right now.
Excellent. We can wait.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Definitely. I think we'd all rather wait for the best than have you be rushed through and kind of
You ought
half-ass
to see
it.
my stack of term papers. I could, of course, walk over and prove it, but how boring would that be? But,
You
there's a
tweeted
lot
a
of work.
picture. You tweeted
Yeah.
a picture of it. You have a mountain of term papers to mark.
Oh, I
Come on,
did, yeah.
Tom.
All
What
right.
is
I even
what is
forgot I
this
did that.
real life, real job stuff doing getting in the way?
I know, isn't it awful?
It's the worst.
I know. Well, go on. I'm moving, not because of that, but because I'm told my battery is low. So I've got to recharge the old battery.
Oh, okay. Yes, we don't want anybody dying out during the call.
Right.
And yes, absolutely not. So I just had a question and it completely went out of my head. Todd looks like he's thinking very, very hard about something.
I'll take any other questions as well.
I do not have any more Twitter questions. If anybody would like, send us in some more. You know what? We'd like to have pictures. If anybody took pictures today of some of the cards they were using, some of the matches they were playing, we'd love to see it. We'd love to retweet you. Very cool. So send us those again at Filsinger Games. And since I'm plugging stuff, follow us on Twitter at Filsinger Games. Like the Filsinger Games and Champions of the Galaxy fan pages on Facebook, and go and follow the Filsinger Instagram, which has awesome art and old pictures and cards from the very first set to the most recent set, all kinds of pictures. It is a fabulous visual stroll down memory lane of the amazing 30 years of Filsinger Games. So follow us on Instagram at Filsinger Games.
Great. Well, I definitely had a lot of fun today playing
And
playing
Pete
games
still
against
haven't
other
dealt with
people. And I hope everybody else did too. And I'm hoping that we're going to get a chance to all play again. I know every summer we try to get together, Galacticon in the past. We are still looking at something with that, and I hope to have some announcements, the exact details coming up soon. I can give a little hint that there might be some brotherly love in the mix for this year, if that gives any hint to people. And me, based on people's feedback, it seems like mid-July might be a good idea. So we're looking for something with that, and definitely keep your eyes tuned very soon. I think we'll have some more details soon on what might be coming up for the summer. And then, so definitely lots of cool things coming up before that, but we should, we'll have more details soon, and hopefully get a lot more tournaments in come July.
Well, that sounds great. And do we have anything else we need to cover? Should we end this before it crashes again?
Yeah. Well,
I think that might be a good time. This might be a good time to wrap it up. It's gone pretty smoothly for the last 40-45 minutes, so I think we're okay. But let's not push our collective lucks. And okay, Brock, thank you so much for joining us. Let people know if you're on social media or anything like that, where you play. Anything you'd like to mention now. Go.
Every Saturday we meet at noon at New Dimension Comics in Cranberry. We are running an 80s Mania Fed together and a Best of Filsinger starter set Fed together. So if you're in the Pittsburgh area, Cranberry New Dimension Comics, We're there every Saturday at noon, so stop on by if you're looking for someone to play with. We'll be glad to have you join our group. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, I'm at Brockster, B-R-O-C-S-T-E-R. My first name is spelled B-R-O-C. My parents love me so much they gave me an obscure name and then spelled it wrong. So there it is.
Thank you so much for joining us. Has been great chatting with you and hearing about all the fun that was in Pittsburgh today. Grant, tell everybody where they can find you and follow you and all your playing details. I know you're pretty busy out in California.
Yeah, I just want to spend a special thanks to Werner, to Zeke, to Chad and Corey Olson for helping me get these cards together. They were just absolutely awesome, and of course Chris helped lay it out. And of course, a big thank you to you, Tom, for creating this game that got people all around the country playing together today, and it's a lot of fun. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Yeah. Thanks, Grant.
All right, Todd, plug your stuff.
Well, I'm at Tourney Master if anyone wants to chat with me there, but you would probably more likely find me on the Filsinger Games message board. I'm always on there. And yeah, just keep an eye on our Filsinger Games Twitter. That's where all the action seems to be on Monday nights. And Instagram. I think you know a little bit something about that, right, Wiggy?
I do, just a little tiny bit. All right, Tom, tell everybody what you've got coming up. I know you're super busy, and where they can find you and follow you to keep up to date with everything you're doing.
Yeah, I think people probably already know all that by now. I want to thank our fans. I think they're the greatest people in the world. That's the reason this keeps going. I watched everything on Twitter while I was in Flagstaff today, and I just love to see people playing and having fun. And so I thank them from the bottom of my heart, and I will continue to try to provide that in my own way.
Well, I'm sure all of us, all of the new fans, old fans, fans who just started today, thank you as well for creating an amazing game that, like Grant said, brought people together all across the country. That's an incredible feat. It really is. And like we said, guys, you can follow us. You can follow me on Twitter if you want to, WiggyGator, WIGGYGATOR. You can follow us on Twitter at Filsinger Games. Same with the Facebook and the Instagram. It's all at Filsinger Games. Like us, follow us, all of that good stuff. And again, thank you all you guys for taking the time out for dealing with the technical difficulties that we had tonight. We got through it. We might even do this again, maybe. We'll see. We're all a little masochistic, so it may happen. And thank you. Thank everybody who played today, who tweeted us, everybody who got out. This was, like I said, this was International Tabletop Gaming Day. It was a day for fun. It was a day for new players, new games, hopefully new friends, and thank you guys, because we wouldn't be doing any of this if it wasn't for you. So we will be back probably in a couple weeks. We will not be on video, but we will be back again soon with another episode of The View.
Thanks.